Have you experienced vegan phobia? If not, does that disqualify you from talking about it? Because if it does, what is the point of this? This is not how normal people live. If this is what makes her happy, if this is how she wants to live, fantastic. But it's no wonder she can't really connect to the rest of us. I really do think that she has been so far removed from not only just normal life, but from non-vegans and how non-vegans and really most vegans live, that she can't hear herself the way that we hear her. Vegans are well known as being a hated group, and while it has finally become socially unaccepted, at least in most developed parts of the world, to express anti-gay sentiment, expressing hatred of vegans is not only acceptable, but actively cheered on by a lot of people. There is evidence, but it is not on her side. Veganism is a choice, sure, and that obviously makes it different from racism and sexism. But homophobia? Having that orientation isn't a choice, but obviously being in a gay relationship is a choice. Ooh, starting off catty. All right.
LGBTQ, we support you, but if you don't like oppression, why the f*** aren't you vegan yet?
She's calling out the online LGBTQ community. It's not how I would do it, but she's not wrong. I think it's really disrespectful to just put that in your video with no warning. Still pro gay rights because it's the right thing to do, even if some gay people won't acknowledge and change their behavior when it comes to animals. That is insane. That is not how you just be honest, number one, and it's not how you normalize veganism. The point of veganism is that it is immoral to eat animal products when alternatives are available. Unfortunately, there is still a stigma that we suck, that vegans are kind of perfectionists, or we think that we're better than everyone else. It's really important that we show that no, that veganism isn't about being better than everyone else, and that of course we make mistakes. We're just trying to do something good. That's it. The fact that he just says, seemingly with no cognitive dissonance, no remorse, and it's just an obvious fact that eating meat is perfectly fine, that you can be vegan, you can eat meat, it doesn't matter, it's just a dietary choice, suggests to me that he was never really vegan. He was never vegan for ethical reasons. She also does these kind of call out videos. I don't really like the term call out, but that's what these are. You know what I mean? They don't come across as response videos that are really trying to help anyone. I think they kind of come across as more condescending and patronizing. Maybe this is pot calling the kettle black, but I don't know. In my case, I've said before, I'm usually not trying to reach the person who actually made the video. I'm trying to connect with other people who might be influenced by them. The pleasure he gets from eating chicken nuggets is not more important than the suffering that living, breathing, sentient beings experience to produce those chicken nuggets. She's often kind of going after people who are just trying to do better. She's being insulting in the guise of well, I'm just trying to help, or I'm just trying to educate you. And she's offering terrible diet advice. How do you pick and choose? Why do vegans have to talk about Black Lives Matter right now? So really no different from her other videos. So again, why am I even doing this? What's the point? Am I gonna make a whole video on my channel just saying, hey, justice for George Floyd? No, that's just not what my channel is. Which to me comes across as I'm not racist, but I'm not gonna say, hey, but what about China? Hey, but what about Russia? Hey, what about starving Africans? No, there's no but. There is a history of comparing Black people to animals. If you don't know that, not only is this incredibly condescending, but it also sounds, again, pretty crazy, pretty nuts. Politics is incredibly important when it comes to animals. It's different. It's obviously different than what's going on with police brutality. The solutions are not at all the same, right? They're two completely different problems. Pretty crazy, pretty nuts. When we're just talking about empirically what's the best way to solve this, you don't have to be Black in order to come up with the best solution. There are kind of a couple things that she says that I think are really awful. Race doesn't matter. We're all different with different ideas. And, you can be white and have a better solution, a more evidence-driven solution for this than a Black person. It's possible. Regardless, what is the point of this video? You don't have to experience something to come to a correct solution. I mean, we all know that. So are you saying that there is, are you saying that there is some sort of difference in our brains and how we think? Maybe that thing is just an assumption that you're making. Maybe that's not actually a thing. It makes a lot of sense to me why a vegan activist, social media account or whatever would choose to express support for the protest. Wow, so that was actually really nice. And then she ruins it not 20 seconds later. But again, I don't think they should have to do so. So that's very interesting to me. If you're well off, you should use your financial resources for Black lives. My partner and I choose to give our money, at least for the last few years, pretty much exclusively to animal charities. Again, it's irresponsible here. I don't think anyone should feel like they have to give money to a particular cause. Again, I mean, why Black lives? Why not Syrian lives? Why not, Chinese lives? Why not Russian lives? Why not Peruvian lives? Yeah, please don't get coached by her. I'm sure I don't need to say that. You're not dumb. We just want to focus on our cause, on animals. And also, like, where does it end? Like, why do we have to talk about this issue but not that issue? And why aren't you talking about all the other issues? Because that's how you reach someone. That's how you show someone you really care about them and you're only trying to help them. You're only trying to educate them. Having, collectives which are unapologetically Black-led, I don't understand why that's necessary. And as I said, I wonder if people aren't thinking through when they say things like that. There seems to be this almost desire to see the worst in people. There are lots of Black vegans who I'm sure would want to go to Black communities to talk with those communities, to talk with anyone and everyone about veganism. Veganism is for everyone. Yeah, that makes veganism look easy and approachable. His original video was absolute clickbait, the title. I'm sure he would say it's just a joke, but it's really not funny to joke about something like that. That's kind of serious. Maybe don't do that.
So is it true? Are gay people going to hell?
No, she's not being serious. It's very much tongue-in-cheek. So here's his video, also pretty clickbait, titled
Yogurt is paying for murder.
But yeah, it's clickbaity. It's intentionally provocative. That's her brand. She's making a joke. But it's really not funny to joke about something like that. That's kind of serious. What? Which is it? Yeah. So I guess that's it. It's never it, is it? It never is. I do want to say that even today, I am still at least slightly sympathetic. In some ways, I see her as, can I say that? I don't really want to get in trouble. I kind of see her as a victim of abuse. Maybe I'm a little bit biased in this case. If you think I am, call me out in the comments.